Hey everyone, this is Matt, and in today's video, I have another deck matchup for you. This is TCG, not Shaddoll. I'm taking a break from Shaddoll because there's not much else for me to do there. Yeah, so I'm playing Eldlich versus Tearlaments. So, yeah, Tearlaments seems to be very popular right now. This specific replay I'm showing you, which is the best of three, they're playing. They appear to be playing pure Tearlaments with a bunch of miscellaneous engine. Like they have a Danger engine, they have I think a Shaddoll engine. So I don't know if I should call this Shaddoll Tearlaments. I'm just gonna call this Tearlaments because I am doing another video where I play against Punk Tearlaments, which is very different. But anyway, if you want to know my Eldlich deck list, please stop asking about it. It's just check my my other videos or like literally the last replay I posted on my channel before this one. I quickly glance over the deck list. I'm not going to do that again. Alright, so let's get into game one. So in this game, let's see what happens. I guess I go second, right, because they started playing here, okay? Alright, so the field spell search is a thing. Summon, mills a bunch, right? They get Kit Kalos. Kit Kalos gonna search. Send itself to the graveyard, mill some more. Okay, cool. Yeah, see, like they have like a Nessie and a Shaddoll Beast. Okay. So he fuses into Dragos Tapelia, which I guess is fairly standard for Tearlaments and just make Dragos Tapelia because it's a monster negate, right? And that also reduces the level. So really good against Spright. And then he ends on Time Thief Redo. So Time Thief Redo I saw was I guess a popular like tech option for Tearlaments. So he steals my Hawk Arrow, but I don't really care because I'm gonna deal with this board really easily. So anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and Lord of Heavenly Prison, Prosperity. So I have Torrential, D-Bear, and Hawk I'm gonna draw the Hawk The reason being because this guy stole one of my Hawk Arrows. I already have D-Bear and Torrential. And I figured I'd rather, like, if I don't get rid of this guy, I'd rather just have another Walkwaro in rotation. So anyway, so set 5, pass. So I'm gonna immediately Dogmatic Punishment on draw phase because I want to destroy this guy, get my Walkwaro back, and also for those of you who don't know, so if you read this card here, it says if it detaches a trap, it basically places one of my face-up cards on top of my deck, right? So this can be out my skill drain if it's face up. So I'm just going to kill this guy. He tries to chain, but then I'm going to skill drain him. And then he's going to get popped. And then for Entis, you always want to pop the field spell, because for those of you who don't know, the field spell says, where is it? If a Tearlaments monster you control or in your graveyard is shuffled into the deck or extra deck, you can target a card in this field and destroy it. So yeah, I don't want him to be able to pop my cards, so I'm just going to take out this field spell. Alright, so he's gonna go Nessie. Nessie's gonna search, what is that? Mothman, okay. So Mothman's gonna summon and then sends a Tearlaments. So I do like this little synergy between the Danger package and the Tearlaments, because Tearlaments need to go to the graveyard via card effect, and Dangers help do that, right? So just try to fuse, but I have D-Barrier, so I'm gonna say no and call fusions, right? Yeah, D-Barrier, like, hard destroys his deck. Like, you call fusions and they literally can't do anything. Like, their entire deck revolves around fusion summon. It's actually like, well, I guess like, what is it? Worse than Branded Despia in some cases, because like, Branded Despia is really good at recycling. It's like they can recycle some fusion spells or search them, whereas like Tearlaments, they mill their monsters, and if their monsters don't get shuffled back in the deck, they're just sitting in the graveyard doing nothing, right? Anyway, I'm gonna summon my Lord, grab pot, and, yeah, this is all on end phase, and then Huaquero grab Elixir. Alright, so draw, flip pot, draw 2, or before I draw 2, I chain Elixir so that I don't draw my Eldlich, or reduce the chances of drawing Eldlich. So I draw Duality, so that's great. So kill. I'm gonna set Skill Drain just in case he gets the field spell and is able to pop this Skill Drain. I have another Skill Drain. And I also set Trap Trick because I have a Huaquero and a Torrential, so I have ways to, anyway. So he's going to summon this and then use this card that says, if you control Tearlaments monster, if you start target face-up monster opponent controls, chain it face-up defense position, then send a Tearlaments monster from deck to the graveyard. Okay. So he's gonna flip Eldlich face down. Before I let him do that, I'm gonna use my Huaquero. The reason because I want to banish a card from his graveyard, and the card I'm banishing is this card here, Fusion Substitute. So read this. You can banish this card from the graveyard, target fusion monster graveyard, return it extra deck, and draw a card. So yeah, definitely don't want him to have access to a free draw. So I just took that out. Okay. So then he's gonna send this guy. Okay. And then he's gonna make Garura for some reason. And then he makes oh, I guess he made Garura because he wants to draw. So Dark sends Garura. Garura draws him a card. Okay. Mothman summons. And then he's going to fuse into the Kaleido Heart, okay? And then he's going to search Poly. And then he's going to Poly into Guardian Chimera, okay? However, so he definitely misread this. So he wanted to pop cards in my field, and so that's why he chained this card. So this card says, if you control a Tearlaments monster or Visa Star Frost, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls and negates its effect, then send one monster you control to the graveyard. So what he wanted to do was chain this to Guardian Chimera so that he can like send Guardian Chimera to the graveyard, and then the Guardian Chimera's pop will go through because he's no longer on the field, and Skill Drain won't affect him. However, Skill Drain negates all monster effects, which means he cannot even use this effect because you cannot negate a monster that's already negated. So because he won't be able to negate one of my monsters, he will not be able to send a card he controls to the graveyard. So this just negates, okay? Swing, swing. I'm gonna get Conquistador. So flip summon. Conk is gonna, yeah. So Conk was gonna popped. So Conk popped the Guardian Chimera, and then I was gonna return Eldlich at 3,500 and swing over his Kaleido Heart. So Kaleido Heart has an effect that says if this card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can special summon this card and then mill a card. So you don't want to kill this by card effect. You actually want to kill it by battle. So that's what I was planning to do here. But he just scooped because, like, yeah, the game was over. Like, he knows I was going to run this guy over. He wasn't going to have any follow-up for next turn unless he had a Miracle Top Deck. And even with the Miracle Top Deck, like, look what I have. It's just not going to happen, right? Anyway. So that is game one. So side decking against Tearlaments. So let's go into my deck. So I definitely put in Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. I definitely took out Witch's Strike because he doesn't really negate. Pretty sure I put in Earth Shattering Event. And what did I take out? I might have taken out one Torrential Tribute because Torrential Tribute kind of is a little bit too much synergy with his deck, right? And what else did I take out? Maybe a Gozen match because his deck is mostly darks. I forget exactly. It doesn't matter. But you want to put in Shadow Imprisoning and you want to put in Earth Shattering. Definitely keep D barriers, right? I suppose you could take out Punishment, but I want to be able to take out his field spell, right? So yeah, so this is about what my side deck looked like. So let's go into game two. So game two of Eldlich versus Tearlaments. So I do go second. By the way, both these games I'm going second, and I'm winning both of them, by the way. So he's going to do his thing. Desires. Oh, I don't know if Desires makes sense in a... I feel like Pot of Avarice would make a lot of sense in Tearlaments, but Desires, that's kind of greedy. Alright, so he puts his Fusion spell, okay. Just the fact that I drew D-Barrier is already like GG. Like, D-Barrier went so hard against this deck, it's not even funny. Okay, so mix it Kalos, okay. Okay. Alright, so basically, the reason I discard D-Barrier, why did I discard D-Barrier? Oh, I think because I wanted to keep all these other cards. Huh. That's kind of silly. Maybe I should have kept D-Barrier. Oh, I think because, like, I don't know, it felt like he didn't really have a, he doesn't, I think at the time I thought, I don't think he has a way to actually fuse, so, quick thing. So this card, Galaxy Cyclone, has been getting more popular. So this says, during your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, can banish this card from graveyard, then target one face-up spell trap if you destroy it. So this can pop Floodgates, right? Which I'm aware of. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and extrav. He's gonna take, what did he take? He took a punishment, like whatever. Okay. X-Trap's gonna draw me 2 more. Oh man, my hand is so stacked right now. Like, all right, I'm gonna activate Earth-Shattering Events just because I don't want, I don't want him to mill this turn. Okay. And then I'm gonna set 4. So end phase. He does. Is this? Oh, this is in battle phase. Oh, maybe he fucked up and wanted to do it in end phase, but then he didn't. Whatever. He's gonna basically. He was gonna shuffle my spell onto my deck, and then I was just gonna set another card. So I don't know. I think he scooped because like he knew he didn't really have much, right? It's like, uh, yeah. I was just gonna out his Time Thief Redoer no matter what, because I have like counter traps, right? Um, like he could have popped this floodgate, but I'm okay with that because I want him to burn that on this floodgate rather than on like a skill drain or shadow imprisoning. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like it seems like Tearlaments is. It looks like a more fun deck than Spright, but Spright definitely feels like more of a powerhouse than this deck. So that's my read on it. I mean, maybe this deck matches up well against Spright because it has the Drago Sapellia, which not only negates monster effects but also decreases their level to 1. But anyway, all right. So that's yeah, Tearlaments matchup. Don't worry, I have another Tearlaments video coming out where I play 4 total games against Punk Tearlaments. So 2 best of 3s where I win both of them 2-0. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Plenty of Tearlaments content hitting my channel today / tomorrow. So, all right, thank y'all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed and learned something. See you on the next video. Peace.